Yeah,
Says the surveyor will pay one base payment of $65 for the repair. So if
No,
you're gonna pay
Go back to number 3.
yeah, it says contractor county legal tile replacement repair program.
You're one ahead of us.
I was only looking at the yellows.
Yeah, that's the next item. So number 3, the contractor legal tile replacement program, repair program.
Okay,
And them are the numbers that we've landed on for paying them. So basically, it's just for the machine and the operation, the operator.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to establish a rate for a time and material type of repair
Yes.
that we would engage with them, a non-bid repair, but a T&M type repair.
Yes, right.
We would reach out to them and say, we've got to have it done, falls under our existing contract, go do it.
We'll do it.
And they would bill us $150 an hour for the machine and the operator, as per this schedule.
Yes,
It allows us to do that.
right, exactly.
I get that. That makes sense.
And
to me.
we're supplying the material, the tile, the fittings, the fabric, everything, with stone if we need stone.
And a contractor has the option of accepting these and signing our contract,
Yeah.
or not
Or
accepting
not,
them and not being a part of this program.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have 3 contractors that are willing to do this right now.
Okay.
And one has started. They've done some repairs for us.
okay.
And we're trying to, right now, we're trying to give the contractors in their home area, so basically the north tier here of townships, and let our guys go south, save time.
And this concept is actually, I've been talking with the sewer district, and they're looking to do a very similar type of program where they would engage contractors that they can reach out to when they're too thin to get it done themselves. So this is, and they're using the same agreement that Bury drafted for us.
Mhm. Now, I don't know what they'll do on prices, because that's a little different.
Oh, yeah,
Operation than our
their
tile.
pricing could be totally different, but
Yeah.
the whole concept of having an on-call contractor where you've already worked out the rate, you've already worked out the way you're gonna compensate them, you just call them and send them to the
Yeah.
job, basically.
So John Smith's farming today, he didn't know there was a hole out in the middle of the field. It needs to be replaced. And he would just as soon do it himself today as to wait till Friday when the guy can actually come.
Yeah, so if the
That's a
farmer wants to
different
do it, the
plan.
landowner, that is our next one.
That's our next thing we're gonna talk
Okay.
about.
All right. Number 3, it's the third item, number 2.
This
would be-
first one is to address all the overflow of work orders we have. That's
Okay.
what the first one is for.
All right.
Work through the backlog.
Yes.
Yeah. The self-repair is our next one. Number 2, landowner county legal tile replacement repair policy. And so this is what's been used for years. I don't know when the last time it was
Twenty
updated.
13 was the last time it was updated.
Okay. If you go to the following page, where it's yellow, where Doug was looking at,
Okay,
that's for landowner repairs. Base payment of $65 for repair, and then tile size 10-inch to 15-inch up to 25 feet, $6 a foot. Tile size 18 to 24 up to 25 foot, $8 a foot. So we're paying the $65 plus the per foot, and we're giving them tile.
Okay,
okay.
And that's what, there's quite a few use that yet.
And is this a new rate, or is this the rate we've been paying?
That's the old rate.
Okay.
The existing rate since 13, you said it was when it was updated last.
So I guess the question in my mind is, do we need to adjust that based upon conditions? Based upon the fact that it hasn't moved in 15 years?
Well,
it's moved.
so
It's moved.
I have not come with recommendations on any of these, okay? I wanted to bring them to your attention, and then let's look at it, what you guys, how you direct me to do. We had a bunch of them take it, some of them didn't because they said they couldn't prepare for that. I agree with that. Maybe we should try to make that more in line with the repair contractor.
I think you should. And we have to get the tile from,
From us, from our,
and where do we go to get that?
okay, we got a big order in last fall. We used our budget. And if this is all Fratco tile
Yeah,
from the
Right.
factories,
So you have an inventory. of
and
that.
it's all 100% virgin material.
and where is it stored?
Out at the old North landfill where we're using their garage on Walmart Road,
Okay.
450 North.
Yeah, gotcha.
St. Louis.
All right.
So
Basically,
it's-
you would have to get approved to do this by Mike and say you're wanting to do it. You would get it approved by him, set up a pickup time, so we know somebody's gonna be there to get you the tile. Or if they have time, they can deliver the tile.
Are we no longer implied here, there are no 8-inch legal drains?
8 inch and up is what we're saying.
Okay,
Um,
but you got
that,
10 and 15 here, I didn't know.
well, okay, so there's a change in the policy.
Okay, all right, Good.
That is.
So I guess, you know, I'm trying to figure out what's a fair rate. I don't know how to establish a fair
Can I
rate.
come back with it? and try to-
Yeah.
Try to
Yeah,
figure out.
Maybe we're, you know,
how
because this is a totally different way to charge than what your
Than the
contractor. The
yeah.
contractor's basically by the hour. This is by the
job.
foot. So maybe if you go back to your contractors and say, if we were to engage you by the foot, what would you charge us?
So we're thinking that the contractor is probably more efficient at repairing it now than the
Okay.
landowners.
Yeah,
So,
Should be.
well, they should be. I would think so.
yeah,
That's their
so
profession.
let me come back and get you,
Recommendation,
let's review that and
okay,
once we get a few more of our contract repairs, we'll know how many feet it's costing us for an hour
Yeah.
and we'll be able to justify that too.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with the policy. We just need to update the.
Yeah, I think
the
I agree
dollars.
with Steve. We need to update our policy here. 'Cause
well, why don't you come back with a recommendation on that, Mike?
Yep, that's why
Because
we're talking.
it's probably good feedback when the farmer says, the landowner says, I do it and I can do it, but I can't do it for that.
Yeah.
That's,
By
the
the
rate's
way,
too low.
well, honestly, that's what happens to us most of the time.
Yeah,
We're just gonna do it ourselves, and we even pay for the tile,
Yeah.
which is kind of dumb,
Yeah, just to
Yeah.
get it done.
just to get it done.
Yeah.
In a
well, yeah,
timely
you
fashion.
have to get it done. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
well, come back with a recommendation on the
That's-
dollar amounts.
that's what we're looking for on all these
Good
Okay.
deal.
right now, okay?
All right,
Number 3, brush removal and cleaning of county drains by landowners. This has been in effect for a long time, right?
Okay.
Amy, this is an old one.
This was 96, I believe.
Yeah. So the policy then is, light brush, 50
I'm the one
cents a
that
foot,
enforced this one.
up to 1,500 feet, $750. That is way low from what
yeah,
So.
we're doing
so-
brushing now.
So now my stupidity is gonna show you. Is that per linear foot of
Yeah.
ditch
Linear
bank? Is
foot,
that what we're
yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about?
On our bids for brushing has been, close to $4 or $5 a foot now.
Okay.
On our bids that we've let out. So if, I'll put new numbers on this one also, if
Okay.
you want to continue that.
Sure.
yeah, put new numbers on, but keep in mind, make it enticing enough that they're gonna do it.
Okay,
Thank you,
Otherwise, how many ditches are out there that need it?
Yeah, that,
Nothing's being done.
you know, I remember when this was done, cause I'm the one that got this put in when I was county surveyor, 96. And at that time, $1.50 for heavy brush, that was a good price.
Yeah.
That was a darn good price, but not today. Today, this thing is so outdated,
yes.
it really needs
So,
updating.
Right.
so Mike, would you go out or somebody go out then and look at the job before we actually write the reimbursement check?
I have
See that
looked
it's
at
been
everything.
done properly?
Every job that I'm recommending to you, I have seen.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're gonna call it a
And that's what
shot
and
on,
I appreciate that out of you, Mike.
I'm-
I shouldn't have even asked that question because I should have known you would lay eyes on it before we wrote a check.
Yeah.
That's,
Right.
and he's gonna make the determination whether it's light, heavy, or medium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a kind of a,
Okay, bring your recommendation back on that one.
so that's by landowners. And the brushing's on the other side, that's part of it, light brush, medium and heavy brush.
Okay,
So, and then the specs on that is still pretty good. What Bill wrote. Hi Clayton, how are you? Morning.
any other discussion on that specific one before we?
You know, that's, and Bill, maybe it was this way when you did it in 96. it feels to me like that there's kind of there's a financial point here upon which it would be, if I've got downtime, if I'm a landowner and I've got downtime in the winter or whenever that is, when I need something to do and I could use a few bucks, I could go out and clean my ditch bank and make it rewarding, put food on my table by cleaning my ditch bank.
So I said
That
make it
makes a lot of
enticing,
sense to me.
make
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
enticing.
that makes a lot of sense to me.
Then one of the things that I enforced when I was county surveyor is that we would do this once, but then you had to come in and get the brush spray and keep it under control. We didn't want to go back out there, have you go back out there in
Let it get
5
out
or
of
10
control
years.
for
get out-
3 years or
Yeah.
5 years, and then we pay you to clean it up
Pay
again.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, but you always gotta remember that the landowner does not always remain in the same
That's right.
ownership.
The landowner changes.
Okay.
And that's something that I never addressed because how do you can't
Keep track of it.
keep track of that. You can't make the old landowner come back and do something on land that he doesn't own.
Right.
Yeah. I agree, Steve, and hey,
So,
bring a recommendation back that's enticing enough for somebody that's got some downtime to go do it.
Yeah.
okay, our intention is, Amy and I have been talking about that, is how we get this out to the public. We're thinking letters, especially when we do ditches, and then media and on and on.
Yeah.
That's still to be,
So can't you put like something in when the taxes go out?
Okay, we communicate with landowners twice a year. We send
That's a
them, or
good-
once a year, we send them their tax bill.
Yeah, when you
That's a
send
good
your
idea.
taxes out,
Just put an insert.
yeah, an insert in there.
That's
Just
permissible,
remember-
isn't it, Clayton?
90%.
When you send your tax bills out, it's permissible to have an insert, right?
Yeah, it's just an,
Just have to
it's,
work with-
it's really
work
just
with that.
informational.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom's done that. I think previously Tom, or the recorder's office has done that related to,
Title insurance. or-
the title insurance
Title
fraud,
thing,
stuff
title
like
fraud,
that.
yeah.
and in years past, those assessments also, when the assessments were gonna be raised, I know they had it in.
Mhm.
So.
Yep.
Good point. Number 4 is the brush spray policy. That's similar to the brush removal. We give out the brush spray and we've updated that, so I really have to just update this, to the present operation. Thornton's on here, the aquatic glyphosate is on the next page that we've approved. So that's the first time you've seen a policy on that now, other than what we're talking about. So that one maybe doesn't need changes unless you guys wanna add anything to it or change.
No dollars in there we need to update,
Well, yeah, so that is,
since we provide the material.
right. Yeah. Well, the landowners don't have to know the dollar value.
Right, that's why I say we don't have to update. it.
Yeah. The question mark on the per gallon is there, that's still for us, because I've got the layman's that haven't given us a price on it. Number 5, brush maintenance program for tiles drains. So this is contractors now. And you see, all these are at 0, so I'm glad you
Right.
contractors are gonna
These
do
are
this
all
for
new.
0.
Yeah. Thank you.
We have put numbers in there, probably similar to what we paid the landowners again. You know, what our bids are.
Per linear foot.
Yeah, I haven't stuck anything in there yet. I have to add the dollars.
So you'll work on trying to figure out what a fair dollar amount is there.
So I was really wanting to look at the specs on that one too. So if you
That's
guys
all
got
new.
any questions, get that to me, so.
Now, real quick, back to number 4.
Yep.
If a farmer has 2 miles of legal drain, he would be entitled to 2 gallons of
2
cross
gallons,
bills,
yeah.
okay,
We figure 1 gallon
Per
per
mile,
mile
okay.
of sprayed ditch.
all right. Okay,
That's been the policy we've had, and that seems to hold, I believe. So,
Following along with the whole concept of
I
incentivizing
need to bring it up.
farmers and landowners to do the right thing, is there some kind of a compensation over and above just providing the material that we ought to think about for doing that? For
In the
doing
original thing, it said that it was not, I think there was something against it.
Yeah, you didn't add anything to it.
We're not allowed to pay them for it according to a drainage thing, is what it said in the original resolution.
So you think there's something in code somewhere, some kind of a state
Yeah.
requirement
was
that
in the
would not
original.
allow us to compensate landowners for spraying? Maybe it's because, well, it wouldn't be a licensing issue, would it?
What they're using is allowable for a farmer to spray.
Okay.
I'm not sure about the paying them.
I think if we pay them, maybe that
Just-
flips them over into
A
a
contractor.
into a contract applicator
Yeah,
role.
I'm not sure.
Well, actually, isn't some of that being addressed in number 5? With the dollar, with the zeros that you have listed, you're gonna consider some monetary figures on those yellows?
So number 5 is more for contractors doing it.
Number 5 has to do with if we contract with a contractor to do a cleaning job, that there would also be a maintenance program that would follow on with that. And this is be for that maintenance
For
program.
that
3 to
contractor.
5 years.
This is what we've talked about previously, and some of your proposals have included that maintenance program.
Yeah, and it's, listening to all you guys, I've seen that with the landowner. And the problem is, who knows best? The guy that does it for a living, it's not like I want to farm. I don't go in and say, oh, when I got time, I'll farm. And that's what I see with, it's their priority when they're downtime. But if it's a wet spring, their priority is getting the crops in. And what I see is half jobs done. We don't have the equipment. We want to save money. We want to do it. But I've been talking to Mike, put the responsibility on a contractor that does it for a living. Instead of trying to save money.
Right.
Everybody's trying to save money and get the best job for cheap. And it don't work. You
Right.
guys have said, oh, this rate is way low.
In my mind, I'm trying to differentiate between a project where we pay a contractor to go in and clean a ditch.
Get it done.
The maintenance on that big project probably needs to be contracted out with somebody,
From
with
start
a professional.
to 3 years down.
But if I'm a landowner and I go in and I do my own cleaning job and I don't involve a contractor and I get the material and I cut the brush and I do that, then it feels to me like that maintenance could be managed by the landowner who did their own remediation. There would be some incentive there, and what we're looking to do is compensate them for that work, that maintenance work on a ditch where they did their own remediation. They
This
did
is
their own
saying that the
clearing.
state chemist said that they cannot reimburse the landowner.
And that's the
Right
other
here.
thing, the contractor has a bigger expense, as
Yeah.
licensing, insurance, workman's comp. You got all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels to me like we're pushing that landowner into that contractor
Yeah.
role when we pay them
And
to apply the Toradon and apply the.
And the reason we don't have dollar amounts on here is because that has to come from the contractors and probably by bids or when just like we did the
Or-
repair, we got
or-
prices
or-
what they can do it
Or
for
if you can come to a,
per foot.
yeah, if you can come to it, it's almost like the maintenance, contractor maintenance piece we did up here, in one, or if you could arrive at an agreed upon amount, maybe the contractor that did the original clearing isn't the one that has the maintenance program.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. It would make sense if there's a huge project, you bid it out, a contractor bids the big project out. It would certainly make sense to me that that same contractor would try to get the bid for a 3-year maintenance.
Bingo.
I think that
Because-
would be best.
I use this scenario as, let's pick drywall. I can hang my own drywall and I can do it, right? Oh, I failed. I can't mud those seams. I'm gonna get somebody else. When a drywall contractor comes in and says, I don't wanna fix what you fix, it's gonna cost you more. So I've said something with Mike about debrushing. I have my way. And then to come in and say, oh, I'm gonna spray this guy's, cause the farmer or the landowner debrushed. Man, it's more work. Cause I grind them stumps down to the dirt. You don't have stumps, you know, you take care of a lot of stuff while you're cutting. So and that's on your note,
Right,
because I'm gonna maintain this for 2 years.
right.
Not come in after the job's done and bid out, oh, hey, Brent, we had the landowner or another contractor that's not licensed do this job, and we want you to spray it.
So this one is the tough one.
But, and that may be your approach, but that may not be every contractor's approach.
Right.
So it
It's
might,
just a
I mean, we
recommendation.
might look at it like two different, and you would think that the original contractor would probably have an advantage in bidding on the maintenance. But there may be somebody out there that just sets up their business model
Wants to
to
it.
do maintenance and not do the brush removal.
So I guess what I'm asking today is, do you like the way the parameters are set up? And then we have to decide whether we're bidding or whether we're gonna put a per foot or per hour on. That's to be decided.
I do. I like the concept and I like trying to establish a methodology by which we'll continue this maintenance. I applaud your effort to put a strategy in place that allows us to maintain these ditches once we pay to have them cleaned up.
Yeah.
Whatever that strategy looks like,
Let's-
I'm not smart enough to help you figure that out.
Well, we got a lot of catch-up work to do.
Yeah, so
Jeez.
we're good in idea here. Can we?
Yeah.
You have a comment?
The gallon per mile, that's
Wait.
low.
That's way too low.
That's not
way too
enough?
low. For instance, like some ditches, yes, but like for instance, the Hendricks, north of 124, you're lucky to get a half a mile each time you spray both sides with a gallon, because we mix it at the rate of a gallon for 75 gallons of water. We found that that's the best.
Yeah.
So
It takes a lot of water.
But the problem is, the opposite side of that coin is a farmer might have a clean ditch and if we set it at 2 gallons, for example, farmer might have a clean ditch and he wants 2 gallons for a clean mile. So that's not right either.
yeah,
Well,
So
can't
Mike's
we,
made exceptions to
Am
people
I
who need
wrong?
more.
for when I know that they're out on a ditch that has a lot of brush, they might get a gallon for a half mile of ditch.
see, and I
Am I
think,
wrong on, do we have to put that in our policy that I can vary that?
I think,
Um,
I think as long as drainage board approves it, we're fine, because I think that's some of the latitude that we have to give you as county surveyor to go out there and look at that ditch and say, oh, there's no way he's gonna be able to do this with a gallon per mile. We're gonna have to give him 2 gallons per mile.
So within your brush spray program policy, I would just write a line in there that says that we give the county surveyor the authority to vary this at his discretion.
Yes.
So we don't have to get involved in
Right.
every one of
Right.
those.
And there is cases where we have pieces that are only a quarter mile and they may write and give us a gallon because it's just, how do you split a gallon?
Yeah.
Right,
So
Yeah.
I understand that.
yeah.
And
Well, I think that's a good recommendation, Mike.
Yep.
Why don't you bring that
I got that.
statement back for
Yep.
official
That's,
as a
adoption?
contractor with the category 6 license, you know, your voucher program is for profit. Okay, there's a lot better products that are licensed for drainage and easements for a category 6 contractor that can operate on a gallon. You know, they're a lot stronger, they go farther, but it all depends on how big the brush is.
Yeah.
If you're spraying 6-inch brush and just thick it, the gallon with a surfactant goes a long ways, but not in a crossbow or a Garland, you know, triclopyr 4 or something, oil-based. There's a lot better, you know, maybe Mike.
so 2 things on that one. In our maintenance, flat contractor, we have, public contractors must have a category 6 chemical license to bid on any maintenance shop. And in
You're
the,
gonna have to use your chemicals.
No, it's that category 6 would do the
They provide the
house,
right.
the others, yeah. So, and on the brush spray program for the chemical we give out, I recommend crop oil or surfactant
Right.
on that. Should we pay for that? Do we wanna add that to our, to get a better use, because a lot of these guys aren't doing that,
Yeah.
but a lot of them are, like, if I give it to Chad, he's probably gonna
They
put some
all
crop
are.
oil in it.
If you're gonna be successful, they all are. I might be pushing a little bit, but not very much.
Say again, Greg, what did you say?
You're gonna put a surfactant with, it, period.
Yeah.
Am I pretty accurate?
That is not a big amount of dollars.
Low down.
You know, if, especially if it's not expensive, probably just paying for it will encourage a lot of people to use it.
We just put that right on the voucher.
Yeah.
I have no problem killing trees with crossbow, but we're done, it's tripping off the leaves. So
Yeah.
We're hosing them,
You're doing it, right. I mean, you're soaking it.
yeah, we're soaking
Yeah.
it.
You
It's
have
to drip, yeah.
It's gotta be that excessive, that amount for it to kill big trees.
When it- You're not, whether you drip, you have to burn that. There's some barks that you have to burn to access that cambium. And cattails you won't kill unless you put a surfactant to burn that glossy.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, good to know.
When I
Thank
wrote
you. I
this,
appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah.
when I wrote this, I put that Adams County will supply the brush spray needed and the Tordon needed, but you're telling him he can use whatever he wants, so
Well,
that will
what
need
we're
changed?
talking about is
Well,
adding.
a private landowner,
Yeah, that was for the maintenance.
yeah, a contractor would be a different level. Is that what you're asking?
We're talking about adding to the landowner piece, landowner provided piece, where we would actually pay for the surfactant along with paying for the crossbow.
Okay,
We're not putting just that they shall be chemical 6 license and assuming that that's what the job would be.
Well-
If they're bidding, we're gonna write that out in the specs.
Brent had asked if, he could supply your own brush spray, correct?
Well, when you bid it out for a contractor or whatever, and similar to your tile, are you gonna supply the contractor with the chemicals?
No,
Which is Tordon
I would,
and your.
No.
I would
We're,
think
we're,
that-
we're talking apples and oranges here.
The
The,
contract-
the apples are the landowner applied and the oranges are the contractor applied program is a totally different program.
This
We don't,
would be-
we don't provide any materials.
Yeah, it would be.
And
The
that's where
landowner
everything
applied,
The bid.
we're talking about adding a surfactant to that landowner applied program.
I was
Because
just-
landowner does it, it's less expensive and possibly a better job, maybe not, depending on the person.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think we got
Okay,
enough
you
of
get
them.
that.
See what you need?
Yeah.
You probably need to move on.
That's, yeah. So number 4, Zimmerman Watershed, when we dipped the Norris legal drain a month ago, I found there was one spot there that the landowner wanted to fix, and I agreed with it, an inlet, a surface flow inlet into it. We agreed. I suggested that I could pay $800 out of our maintenance fund yet and still have enough in that system. And the cost, I forget what the cost of it was. Did you have that with us? I'm asking for approval to pay another $800 for a rock shoot there
Motion to approve.
on that.
How much does that leave
You
in the
say we're gonna
system?
do it, we're gonna do it.
It leaves $2,054.52 in the system.
Well, yeah,
And
I'll also move, go ahead.
Okay, now the motion has been add another 800, is that correct?
yes, to pay an 800 additional.
Additional 800. Okay, it's been, Steve made the motion, Bill
I'll second.
second.
I'll
All in
second.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried.
Okay. Number 5 is Wells County Certified Collections for 2026. And this is information only, right, Amy? This is just tell you what is happening.
This is what they cleared.
So Wells County is collecting, on collection is Branniger, $3 per acre, $30 minimum, and 6 Mile, $2 per acre, 25 minimum. And, Wells County systems off collection are none. So. And the next one would be, number 6 is Allen County. Same way we have Adam Schlemmer Baker system, $1 per acre, $5 minimum. And the Hout, $1.52 per acre, $10.64 minimum. I'm not sure where that one comes from. That's it.
Cost of living adjustment.
And off collection would be the Boldemeyer, Gallmeyer, Gerke, and Schrader. Or Schroeder, depending on where you live. So that's just information on what they're collecting on our system.
I assume that's helping us understand kind of what the market is for assessments.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're on and off collection is what it is, so they're collecting on that, so. Okay, number 7, Zimmerman Watershed. This is the Norris Legal Open Drain. This is the bid price that we paid on that. So just a copy of the invoice. $13,320, dip and level, and a clean out, culvert clean out, $600. And that culvert clean out he probably underbid that one. That fell in the price. That was a really tough one. Number 8, Henry Graver Watershed, information only. This is the payment of that dip and level, what we did. $6,720. That was the bid price, and that's what we paid out. That we wanted to fix some inlets on that too, but he worked it on a frost day, and the next day it rained, and we weren't getting back on there to do that one. So my guys we'll plan on having them fix a few inlets when they get the time and we can get in there. Any questions on that we've paid? You guys are good with that? The Gerke Watershed. So here's our first tile repair maintenance bill for an outside contractor. Let's see, what are we of interest? So this is his invoice. 2 hours for the John Deere excavator, 2 hours for the one person in the service truck, 4 hours for the John Deere excavator again. So these are multiple holes here is what you're looking at. You're looking at 3 different repairs. Time and service again, 2 repairs. So this is our contractor repair program, the start of it here. We had to adjust the invoices that they're giving us to make it match what we needed. We had a couple of back and forths on that one.
Good.
To get it, so Amy
Looks good, though.
and State Board of Accounts.
Makes sense to me.
What was the total of the invoice on this?
Hey, that's a good one.
$2,380. I just added it up.
Okay.
Thank you, Bill.
Did you do that in your head?
That must
No.
I think it got cut
I know
off.
how to add with paper and pencil yet. I don't need a calculator.
That could be one of my cut and pastes there.
So then after that was paid, it still left a total of $83,948 system.
Okay, right. Yep.
Good.
Yeah. So that was in the Gerke.
It's a big system.
That is a Gerke. There's a lot of money and there's a lot of brush on that one. Brent is looking at working on one of them with more of a private project on the branch, on one of the branches.
So just real quick, if you look at a combination of private drainage, just real quickly, what would that look like?
Should we represent like what we did before?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
tell them what you're doing.
Here's what I see in the 25 years I've done it.
Okay,
On the Gerke, how many miles is that, Mike?
Oh, the main branch is a lot, I don't have it in front of me, but
You will
it's,
never have enough money
Yeah.
if you put a bid out for a mile. It'll extinguish the tank.
right.
So what I always said is, most of the times the farmer benefits. And on this Gerke section, it was 30 feet wide on each side,
I believe it. Okay, I got a
So
couple of those.
he's
I mean,
paying
not
tax.
mine, but
completely across. So we did a cost share. And it was basically 2/3, 1/3. And then I signed a contract with the farmer for 3 years to mow, spray, and maintain that ditch on his dime.
so who was the third?
Uh,
Who was the 1/3?
Money. So basically, is that how it kind of come out, Mike? Is that?
Yeah,
close?
that's pretty
That's
close.
close.
Yeah.
We did, that, what I
But
offered
they
on that
said,
one of the system.
We're gonna benefit 30
Yeah.
foot plus the canopy.
Yeah. Well, that's the only way to handle a huge system like that, that's 30 feet on both sides. I mean, that's a forest.
And Mike didn't have enough money to, I think it's 13,000 collection.
Yeah.
That was the discussion you guys
Yeah,
had.
so if you can't get the 2/3 from the property owner, life goes on.
Well, and that's what we're working with. There's some property owners that says, I don't care, I'm not paying nothing.
Right.
So the other, we take the section we're doing, the people that benefit the most are upstream, because they gotta get through this brush. So I told Mike, I'll come in, just get the approval from that guy. You don't have, we can't force payment on a private.
Right.
That's fine. The other guys wanna pay his share. We just wanna get it done. He can't stop because Mike has 75 foot easement on both sides. He doesn't have to pay, but he can't stop us.
Yeah, because where he's working in our
The
easement.
money's private.
For us.
Yeah,
It's a licensed contractor. And on this one, some of the farmers have cut their own brush to get the project moving.
right. Now, is it possible, and I know we're looking at time here, but is it possible to just do one side if things are dragging?
We've addressed that. yes.
We can do that, but in the long run.
I know.
While he's
Better
there,
than nothing,
you
though.
can't beat getting both sides
Then
done.
you're trying to dip that and the other bank is hanging over and.
Yeah.
and you're-
Yeah.
It's,
Okay.
Yeah,
and then the profile of that bank. Sometimes you gotta work both sides, but yeah, that's, you're right. There's some-
in the
there's some-
long run, it's a really good deal.
Yeah,
on this
well,
kind
I
of project.
appreciate,
The
Brent, I appreciate your
Bottom line
involvement.
is we have to continue to be creative about how we attack this.
Right.
So I appreciate you guys working with us and I don't know how we do it, but we got a big task here and
Now,
the coffers aren't full.
just to make sure I know who's here, are you also like Brent, a contractor? No,
No.
you're farmer, okay.
He,
got it.
if we've got time, we have a tile we'd like to abandon and accept a new
Well,
one.
let's make
Okay,
sure we get.
Okay,
that
let's go
before
to the
Susie's
Amstutz
here.
Long then.
So the next one's Amstutz Long, the Fred Weiler levy electric bill for 2025. So this is the 85% share that the Drainage Board has paid over the years since that was approved, years and years
Sure.
ago. $1,492.06.
You paid it already? We
Has that
took
one been-
action on this before?
Has that one been paid?
It will be paid February 4th.
Okay, so we've taken action. I mean, it's already in writing that
It's
we're
in
doing
the-
it, so.
It's in the claims.
Got
That's
it.
what it is.
All right.
Right.
Okay, any question on Amstutz? No, move on.
That's a continuing thing that comes out of this. The next one, the Henshin watershed. This was one that a landowner wanted to dip that and got a bid, and we agreed, let me see, to pay half of it, 50% of that. This was another deal that it was a good deal for us and a good deal for him.
Okay,
So-
we already agreed this in January, so.
Yeah.
Questions on the Henshin?
Good to know.
No, move on.
Okay.
Oh, additional question.
Yeah, well, additional.
Briefly before you go to that, just so you guys can take care of this or be talking while I come around for signatures, I've got a certificate for appointment of Amy as the Drainage Board Secretary. Obviously a little bit backdated, but it'd be for a term commencing January 1st. At the
10 years
discretion
or
of the
what?
board. Well, just, no, it's at the pleasure of the board during 2026. So these are.
Okay.
10 years sounds good to me.
Motion,
Yeah,
motion,
so moved.
Bill, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion is carried.
Okay, the following one, now, sorry, I'm not on the drainage, or you guys can't see me anyway. We don't have this on there. Chad Newsbaum is here as the landowner to abandon a portion of the Peltz #1 tile and accept a new tile that was put in a number of years. 2004.
By Landis.
That, these guys just bought the land and we've discovered that there's a new tile put in, the old one is bad. I would like to accept a little bit of the old one that's not been replaced, it's still clay tile. To add to get to the catch basin. Any objections with me adding we'll bring this back to you, and if you could see it, it would be a lot better. We didn't have this up.
You don't want action on it today, right?
Well,
If it's your recommendation,
would you
it sounds to me
approve?
like it makes sense to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
You guys okay with it?
Yeah, that's fine.
I make a motion to approve.
Yeah, bring it back and let's just get rid of the old one and take on the new one.
Can we do it now? Are you comfortable with that, doing it today?
Yeah, cause I know where it's at. I know where he's at.
Yeah, it's the TEPL system, the Peltz drain. The old tile went through the woods. The new one that was put in, his predecessor.
Okay.
Two.
Chad,
new one.
are you okay with what we're talking about here?
Kind of remember that.
Yeah, we're starting the process with petition and stuff, and then he just had questions.
Thank you,
Okay,
Joe.
Yeah, I've been involved in this the whole way. I
okay,
started
now
it.
we got a motion on the floor, right?
Right.
Made motion.
And did we get a second to it?
Yes.
Bill, okay, and just real quick, we got 2 minutes yet. Let's just talk, what motion are we voting on? Just explain it a bit.
We're moving to vacate the old tile and accept the new tile that was, replace the old tile in 2004.
Peltz number 1.
Okay? And that's all, that's all that's
Yeah.
necessary, is that correct?
Ask him.
And I
Yeah,
would,
Chad, did you hear what Bill said, or is that what you're here for?
Well, what we're here for today is because of the two are different
we,
instances.
for what you did, and we would like to accept a little bit of old clay tile that's in decent shape yet, because it was dug up, to get to the catch basin on one
You
24.
wanna-
Right, okay,
So
what,
that is
the
currently
motion
part
was to accept the new tile and not
And
just
vacate
vacate
the old-
whatever we need to vacate.
Yeah.
You know, if we have to keep part of the old tile, then keep the old
Okay,
tile.
then that's the motion, that's what I want to clear up.
Yeah,
The motion is, Bill,
to accept the new tile that was put in 2004 and vacate the old tile that is not necessary for the upkeep of what's being done out there at this point in time.
okay, is there a second to that motion?
I'll second that motion.
And Chad, you're okay with what you heard?
Yeah, if you're actually voting on it.
Yeah, we are. I mean, the drainage board's gonna vote on it. I just wanna make sure that you came in, spent an hour and a half of your time, that we're addressing what you're here for.
And Chad is going to take the petition around and send it also, because there's some Michigan owners there. He's willing to take that task to
Well,
get that.
thank
signed.
you. Okay, there hasn't been a motion, there has been a second. Any more discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion is unanimously carried. Thanks for coming in.
We got the appointment done for Amy, it was on my list. Information now, I'm going to bid out a new vehicle for the surveyor. Looking at a pickup truck,
Yeah.
an actual truck, so that has to go through the commissioners, but
Right.
I thought I'd tell you.
That's just for board information only. Bill
Right.
or Mike obviously needs a vehicle.
And another information, this is a quick one too, the backhoe that's owned by Solid Waste Management, because that was the deal made years ago. We still do the work on their monitoring wells on that, when they dig it and stuff. So they own the backhoe. We do the maintenance on it. We did a engine repair or a wiring harness last fall, because it was bad. The tires are wearing out. These tires are expensive, $1,307 for a rear tire. And I got the fronts on here, each,
That's right.
How much was that?
$1,307
It's been
per
a
rear
long time
tire.
since I've ever bought a tractor tire.
These are 16-ply tires, contractor construction tires. Made me fall over too. I put the front tires on here because they have the same age. They're not showing as much wear, but they're showing cracks in them. 16-ply, the Zerker said, are they leaking? And because you can get big cracks in them and it doesn't go all the way through them plies. That's what he said. We do have a slow leak on one of them. So,
And just to clarify, the reason that solid waste actually is the official owner of the backhoe is because the drainage board is not allowed to own it.
yeah.
Drain board not allowed
Commissioners
to-
own everything else we have.
Okay, do you need some action on?
No, I was just bringing this one up because somehow we're gonna have to find some funds sometime.
Do that.
Okay,
I don't
Any-
think, I think this is a year project, not right now, not immediate, it's the end of the year.
Mike, anything else on your,
Nope, that's all I got. Any questions? from-
anything else from the board? General public, anything? If not, we'll entertain a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.